Hello, and welcome to 21 Days of Praise. I am Regina Livingston. Today is a beautiful, beautiful day. So much stuff is happening. It's great, amazing stuff. Today I want to be thankful and praise about provisions. Isn't it nice to be provided for, to have all those things that we need in our lives? The right job, good family, good friends around us. Money is a provision that is quite necessary, right? Yeah, I've mentioned it several times, but people are like, oh, money, is not good and too much and all that. And it's like, maybe that's why you don't have any, and maybe you don't need any because you would be, I think it's kind of like being drunk, it intensifies your personality. And if you're a real, not nice person, you're going to be even worse if you have money or lots to drink, right? I haven't, I don't know about either of those, so on me, but, it should be nice to try the money part, see how, I'm okay with, I read a quote one time, it was like, money isn't the key to happiness, they say, but I'd like the chance to prove that that's not true, or whatever. Isn't that the way, right? We would love to see how that would work in our lives, but are we doing the things to get those provisions that we need? Are we planting the seeds in our friendships and our families and our relationships to get the right harvest that we want, to get that back to us? Now, not saying that you can't get the opposite of what you give, because that does happen. And part of that is our family dynamics, I think, that we grew up in. We tend to attract those kind of relationships. So if our mom and dad's relationships weren't great, or somebody else's in our families that we kind of watched a lot, we can be drawn to those same kind of situations and live in disharmony that we don't want. We never liked growing up, but we don't know how to get something else, right? It's not familiar to us, so we shy away from someone who's too nice to us because, we don't understand that. That's not cool, something. That's why they have I think a lot of those, like, oh, love the bad boy. Well, why is that? Maybe that's how our dad was, right? Or the dynamic. I mean, I have more of my dad's personality than my mother's, so I, don't look to someone, I guess, in some ways like my father, because I have that same personality. So, it's your family dynamic. It's not necessarily the girls marry like their fathers and the fathers marry, or the boys marry like their mothers, because they can share the same personality. And so that won't pan out very much. But, what is it that you really need or want in your provisions? Have you thought about that? What will get you? Maybe you don't know how your finances are. Have you ever sat down and looked and seen where your money goes? Where does your money go each month? I was reading, I think, and then the one guy said, boy, we spend all our extra money eating out every month, and plus. So they stopped eating out, and they had plenty of money to put in savings. Every month they were saving money. So, look at those little things that could be adding up and taking away, and all you'd have to do is switch one thing. Sometimes there's just one thing that you need to switch, and you can have the money that you need by the provisions that you already have existing. So, keeping a little budget is good, right? So many people hate the word like that. It's like diet is a terrible word. Budget is a terrible word. But everybody's living on a budget, and everybody's eating a diet. It's just, an excess of the two, or whatever you want to call it, because diet is just what you eat. Whatever you eat, that's your diet, okay? And it might be a good diet, or it might be a really bad diet. That's up to you, I guess. So everybody's on a diet, no matter what. So when people say, I'm on a diet, I'm like, yeah, well, so is everybody, right? But I'm on a good diet. That's the better thing. But don't be on a starving diet, because you don't want one that starves you, okay? You want one that nourishes you and fills you up and makes you satisfied with the smaller portions to eat longer. Because, man, you could eat a whole bag of candy, but you sure can't eat a whole box of raisins, right? Big one, the same 1 pound box of candy and raisins. You can't eat all that on the raisins because your body will fill up quicker. So what are you choosing? Okay, both of those are full of sugars, but one is a whole lot better for you because it has a lot more fiber and all those other things in there, right? So our choices make a total difference in our provisions and how we look at what we have provided for, right? Are we thankful for our job? Are we happy in ourselves? Do we love ourselves? That's a big question. Do we love ourselves? Because if we can love ourselves, we can love others. Unless you can only love, Jesus said that, if, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And if people aren't treating other people good, probably because they don't treat themselves well. They highly judge others because they highly judge themselves. And that's not a good thing, okay? Just because you judge yourself harshly does not make it okay for you to judge everybody else in the same manner. I don't believe that at all. I think there's called, grace that covers those things, and we need to learn to rely on that. Like I'm trying to rely on faith. I'm trying to put good things in my life so that those provisions will be, again, great and good and worth it, and I am ready to be provided for in the manner that I need. Okay, so living on faith, a little bit here, a little bit there. I see just so much. So provisions. What kind of provisions are you wanting? Because those can be goals, right? What kind of provisions do you have now? Can they actually meet your goals? Can they actually give you some savings? I bet they can if you reevaluate where you put your money at, okay? So look at those things today and think about all the wonderful family and friends that you have, and the money and the job that you have, and the people you work with. Most people, I think, don't like the people they work for. It's not that they don't like their job, or not necessarily the people they work for, but the people they work with, I guess I should say. It's not necessarily the people they work for. But that's one of those things where, maybe you could change a little bit, and those other people will change too. Think about that and be happy for your provisions. Think about the provisions that you want to have in your life, and let's go for those, okay? You have a great day. See you tomorrow.